Hello, beautiful souls. My name is Myron, and I came here today to talk a little more about the journey that I'm offering called Living in the Fifth Dimension. I'm gonna do that, give you a little briefing about what's gonna be about, and by the end of the process, I will come back and introduce myself if you don't know me. But I'd like to touch base on the course before the journey. So, this journey came to address multiple things. One of them is a request from my clients to understand more about multidimensionality and also to understand more about their own guides, get in touch with them. So that is one of the reasons that this course is born. Um, there are other reasons, other people looking for specific keys, and also it is the right time. It is the right time. It is the right time. So, with all of that said, what is this journey about? So, living in the fifth dimension. That's like the title talks by itself, but let's go a little deeper on that. So, it's going to be a journey. Okay, it's not like a course that you just study and you get the knowledge. No, it's going to be a journey in the direction of yourself. So, I'm gonna share some concepts that are not new. Hermetic principles, for example, they're here for such a long time. Chakras, they're here for such a long time. But I'm gonna make you experience that, and for me, that is the real benefit of that. I'm compile concepts, universal concepts together, and I'm gonna be sharing my own experience with those concepts. And those experiences, many of them that I'm going to be sharing those journeys, I got them from the sacred medicine, or I experienced those concepts with sacred medicine, or using some new era tools like the Akashic record readings. I'm an Akashic record reader, and the amount of information I learned with the Akash is it's impressive. So with that said, I'm going to share my own perspective about the things I'm going to talk about and provide you an experience, provide you a meditation, an activation, an exercise, a tool, so you can use that as a gateway to find your own way, your own gifts. And then with that, I can also share that another reason for this course, and it's not even a reason, I would call it a motivation, is I did a journey last year during the Yosoi activity, during the 2022, and Matias De Stefano, if you don't know him, you should take a look. He invited many people to go and have a living or an experience with the pyramids, to make an activation, a planetary activation, to activate the planetary grid so we could receive the information that is coming. And that's a very big synchronicity, because I don't know if you guys saw that, but this week, I don't know if you're watching this now or in the future, but the week I'm recording this video, uh, scientists discover a tunnel in the Khufu pyramid. And when you look at the shape of the gate, it looks like the throw. And for me, it's a very beautiful synchronicity, because I'm speaking my truth now, and I'm offering this journey at the same time that happened. So in my group with Matthias, we channel the gifts. I was the second group to go inside of the pyramid with Matthias, and Matthias channeled thought at that moment, And the message to our group was to receive the gifts from the heaven so we could share those gifts with humanity and help bring in heaven on earth. So since that moment, I start getting more and more spiritual tools in my bag of healing, my bag of spiritual tools per se, just got bigger and bigger from that time to now. And that experience accelerated my own spiritual path a lot, like a lot. So now with those tools that I have for myself, I would like to share my perspective and those tools so you can find your own tools, your own way, and live in the fifth dimension in your own way. So I'm not here to tell you what is the absolute truth. I'm not here to say that I know everything because I don't. I'm in my constant journey of living through life and manifesting as much as I can from my higher being, from my higher self. So I am in my own journey and I invite you to live that journey with me so I can share some of the gifts I already got and those gifts might be useful to you. So how are we gonna do that? More specifically, or now bringing to the 3D and talking more about the earthly topics. So I'll be guiding you, or I'll be almost telling you a story about how God divided itself to experience himself or him or herself. And through that journey, we will learn the movement, how God did did to be or to become the whole, from the one to the whole. So there are, just as we pay attention on that, we're going to unfold universal truth and universal laws. After we understand that, we're going to see ourselves in our current lives and we can start understanding duality. We can understand that as above, so below. So as we understand how the universe operates through energy, through geometry, we're going to use that same aspect, that same system to do everything in our lives. We're going to understand that intention, it is extremely powerful. We're going to understand that to create all the time. And creation, when we create, actually it's just a perspective. In fact, we're channeling something that already exists because everything already resides in the mind of the creator. So we're going to channel information and manifest that in our own lives. Then, but we're still human. So we're going to talk a lot about that because we're living duality. We're actually just finishing that whole cycle of duality so we can live in the multidimensionality. And I'm calling living in 5D, but when we get there, we'll see that, after you're there, you can see a whole lot more. So I'm going to share other tools with you to navigate duality. So understanding shadows, understanding and using psychic defense. So you're stronger mentally. We're going to understand the astral realm because we're going to use the astral realm a lot to get in contact with superior or higher knowledge, the knowledge from the star brothers and star sisters, the knowledge from the masters. We go to the astral realm and then it is easier for them to teach us. Right now it is, we're dense, so we do a step upward and then we get in a midway to talk to them. And then as we navigate through duality, we can, I have a couple of tools to navigate duality now. What's next? Then we can start talking about multidimensionality. We can start talking about the guides. We can start talking about star brothers and star sisters. And I'm gonna touch the main ones that I know and I have met through my Akashic record readings. I have studied a lot the different races, different lineages, but I'm gonna focus on the ones I have met through the Akashic record readings. We're gonna talk about the Ascended Masters, how to connect with that energy, how to benefit from the love of the Masters. We're gonna talk about our own guides. How can we connect with them? How can we get in touch with them and hear them more clearly? And as we go through that journey, you just start collecting aspects of yourself, one week after the other. So this is meant to be a journey. You're gonna watch a weekly video that I'm gonna record to you, and there will be an exercise, a weekly exercise to be done. And I'm gonna only share one video per week. So by the end of the 6 months, you're gonna be done a lot. But step by step, step by step. And then as you navigate through multidimensionality, you get to know this more, and then we start talking about the new Earth, the new Gaia, the new energy and planetary shift. What does that mean? How can you be your best version in that? How can you anchor your own knowledge and unfold your time capsules to use that now? So there is a lot. There is a lot. But one thing at a time. One thing at a time. And as we do that, you're going to realize, okay, we were doing like one cycle this whole time. Yeah. And then we can do another one. More in which tools or which platforms we're going to use. We're going to use Hotmart. My videos will be there. The content will be shared there as well. So weekly videos there. There will be a Telegram group where I'll be sharing information. We all can share information, get to know ourselves, and form this team, this egregor. So this will take form, and this is something very, very interesting because I wrote down many topics that I want to talk about, and they follow under essentially those 4 topics: hermetic principles, duality, multidimensionality, and the new Gaia. But then I start unfolding that. Okay, let's unfold the hermetic principles. Let's unfold and go deeper in the duality. Let's go deeper in the multidimensionality in each topic. So I have a whole agenda here. And then the master said, hold on, don't do that yet. It is not ready. It is not ready. Wait for the team, for the people to sign this compromise, to firm this compromise, and then you can finish that. They're gonna send me more information, and then not just my guides, your guides. So I'm gonna be channeling information from your guides to the whole group. So some topics may appear based on the group that will be formed. And I found that fascinating. And at the same time, they told me, don't be anxious, man. I know you are super excited. You want to write it down. You want to start working in it all, but give it a time. Trust. And I'm trusting. I'm trusting. I know some information will be revealed to me as we close this group. And after that, we'll be talking about all of those topics. I forgot one important one. I don't know why. Maybe because of time. Timing, The new Gaia. With planetary shift, I'll get more into sacred geometry and Merkaba, Akashic records, and the Gaia hairs. So those are important topics. And the meditations, I'm gonna record some meditations to post in the Telegram, but they won't be just like mental meditations, like someone reading, to you, like, oh yeah, so you can go through your body. There'll be really activations from the guides. So as we practice that, we're gonna feel difference in our bodies. We're gonna feel the energy because there will be energy directed from your higher self, from your guides to you through this activation. And that's another reason why I need to wait this group to form to start producing the whole agenda. There will be information, specific information to be channeled in those activations that will get to each one of you. What else? What else? Well, I can talk about myself. I didn't do that in the beginning because I was too excited to talk about the course, but now I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Myra Sardu. Um, I'm going to talk, well, let's do the proper. My name is Myra Sardu. I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm a father of two beautiful girls. I'm married with Kachi. She's with me in Moon Halo. This is our project together. She's also an Akashic record reader. We exchange Akashic record readings often. Um, and my spiritual journey, so I was exposed to the spiritual atmosphere since I was 5 years old. My both my mom and my father, they come from a background called spiritism. I'm Brazilian, although I live in the United States now. I live in Utah. And spiritism, uh, in Brazil we call it Kardasism. So it is a religion that came from Allan Kardec, and they touch base with spirits. With I'm gonna use this word now, but in the course we're gonna have more concepts and define the concepts. But in that religion, they would study, every every week, get together to study the Kardec books, understand energy, understand the fractals, or they would call spirits. They would channel or incorporate the spirits, the higher ones to give messages and the lower ones to help. So I was exposed to all of that since I was 5 years old. So I have always liked the spiritual topics. But my own journey, when I really got interested to that and started looking into that myself, I was already 20 years old. And then there was like a big expansion in my life. I joined the Rosicrucian. I became a Rosicrucian student. I started studying Cryon, and I have listened to Cryon audios and Cryon channelings since I was 20 years old. I started taking plant medicine, and that was very deep. So I take plant medicines for more than 10 years now. And all of that journey, I never thought about being a therapist. I was doing all of that just to know more about myself, to get in touch with my inner self and my higher self. And as the time goes, I mean, just go deeper and deeper, but I also had waves in my life. For some periods, I got out of the spiritual context for a while. I was living matter, and then I came back until that experience that I mentioned in the beginning of the video in Egypt. That was very powerful. That was very powerful. Something changed since then. Before that, I would feel like, you know, I would get drained over a month, you know, and after a month or so, I would need to go to a retreat or something to get cleaned and come back, to that higher state of mind. And after Egypt, that didn't happen anymore. Looks like I am, I am the source. I am my own source. I don't need anything external. I still learn a ton with the the external things, but I sustain my energy. So that was a big shift. My intuition got extremely more, extremely sharper after that. And then after that, I learned how to do Akashic records, and man, so many guides start appearing to me, especially with the records, and it was just this spiral of energy, collecting tools, spiritual tools, collecting fractals, collecting information, knowing my guides, and I'm still in that flow. And part of that journey is to start sharing what I have learned in my perspective. This is important. I'm gonna be sharing my perspective, my journey, and I believe that will help you in your own journey. Yeah, in this those 10 years, actually it's more, it's like 12 years of spiritual path. I have done Reiki course, EMF course, Lemurian chants course. I'm Rosicrucian since the beginning. What else? I in Brazil I helped in some crying events, many retreats, different retreats, spiritual retreats. So always digging inside of myself, just digging and digging. Let's see what is there, digging. And okay, now I'm gonna share that with you. Um, yeah, that's me. So who am I? I am what I am, living Myron in this life. I have my journey to share with you, and I invite you to come with me so I can share and have some fun.